When we looked at the athletes' plantar flexion strength, they were pretty good in terms of reps and compared relatively well to the other side. But what was very obvious when we got a bit fussy about their technique was that there was a little bit of a deficit, and it's a deficit that I found to be quite common in patients with higher grade lateral sprains and patients with chronic ankle instability. We can see this in the video. So whenever the patient is asked to um, plantar flex, they struggle to effectively supinate their rear foot. And we can assess this by drawing a line, as shown here, down the really between the second and the third metatarsal, so the long axis of the foot. And we're asking them to try and plantar flex so that this aligns with the long axis of the shank of the tibia. So at the start, they're getting their ankle off the ground, but there's poor coupling between the foot, ankle, and lower leg. So they can't coordinate the forefoot and get that rear foot supination to get locked in to that end range. And if they can't achieve that position, then it compromises their ability to propel and just really how efficient they are at triple extension. As an analogy, in sprinting and other explosive movements, we discuss the importance of achieving that hip lock position, so it reflects that optimal coordination between the hip and pelvis. And there's a similar principle that applies distally at the foot and ankle, in my opinion. So the goal is that we want our plantar flexion to end with that locking and getting right up into our rear foot supination whilst not compromising the position of our forefoot. So being able to lock out into supination, keeping our first rate controlled and keeping it planted down. So we work with the patient to try and achieve this integrated position a little more readily.